Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Nick, and welcome to the Coffee and Cookies Morning Show. Lindsay normally does the intro, so I'm not going to do everything that she does because, it just kind of takes away from all the greatness that she brings to the intro. But today, this show, I'm gonna attempt. So give me a little grace here. Give me a little grace, okay? Give me a little grace here. This show is all about positivity, family, leadership, and growth mindset. So go ahead, grab some cookies or some Catalonis. If you're in the comments, I'm sure you'll correct me on this. But most importantly, grab your coffee. Why? Because my name is Nick. I'm the caffeine, and we got things to talk about today. So welcome. I'm going to go ahead. If you see me looking around over here, it is because I'm running everything today. And normally when I run everything, I just toss the camera over to Lindsay. And Today I don't get that. Today you guys get me. So the reason for that is Lindsay is, of course, doing what is most important, and that is spending time with her family. Her son has some graduation stuff that's going on today, so we're going to definitely be honoring her and letting her spend some time with the family. If she gets to get here a little bit later in the episode, of course, we're going to invite her to come join us because at the end of the day, this is the Coffee and Cookies Morning Show. I get to be the caffeine. She gets to be the sweetness. But let's get started. So a little bit of recap of my weekend for those of you. Let's get a little lower third down here. There we go. See, I'll get this. So this weekend was relaxing for me. And what I mean by that is my wife, as you know, we have our next little tiny on the way. And this little tiny is not being as kind as the other little tinies were. Oh yes, Nolan. Hey brother, thank you for joining me in the comments. Appreciate you, brother. You get Nick maybe the whole time. Well, we'll see. It was it's one of those things where I think what we're gonna need to do is start planning. Hey, like if one of us is gonna be out, have a guest. But then I don't know how Lindsay's gonna run all the technology because I haven't taught her how to run all the technology. Nolan, I might need to teach you how to run all the technology so you can come be on camera. So, good morning, Dad. How you doing, boss man? So something that was really interesting during this weekend of relaxing was how well my girls get along together. It's the caffeine show, right, Gary? Gary, today would have been the day to have you as a guest, man. It could have been you and I, and we could be just having this conversation. Actually, you want to know what? I'm thinking like Nolan, Dad, and Gary, and myself all on camera at the same time because we get 4 people on here, and it would be like the coffee show. Minus Nolan not drinking coffee. So the coffee and Nolan show? Maybe? Who knows, right? So, hey, if you are joining me in the comments, come on in, say hi in the comments so I know that you're here. And here we go. Good morning, Thomas. Oh, you want to know what, Thomas? We're actually working. We're working on getting remote. And I know we've done it once in the past. It wasn't really that great. But, man, we're going to have you on the show, too. I could see this being a round robin guys show talking about everything from being single to being married and some of us have kids, some of us don't, right? Like all those conversations that guys want to have with other guys, but we just don't have the time. At the end of the day, like especially if you're a parent or in Nolan just, massive career growth with him right now, like what are the things that are currently going on in your life where you're like, you want to know what? I'm learning so much. Good morning, Rosalie. How you doing? Rosalie, today would be the day to have you I need some Rosalie cookies. Like seriously, like Lindsay didn't make me cookies. So I need some, having special needs kids. That would be a good topic too. Yes, it would. So just to recap, hey guys, tell me how your weekend went. Was it a great weekend? What was it not a great weekend? Was it a relaxing weekend? Good morning, sweet wife. How are you doing? Amber, one of these days you and I are going to have to show. Here we go. You ready? All the people that in my life, like all the amazing people in my life, like I want to have shows with you. Like I think that would be so much fun to be like, Rosalie's cooking show, Thomas coming in and talking about like special needs kids and what he does, right? Gary Gregory, we know what Gary does. Gary's Mr. Super Fantastic, And then Amber, you and I need to have a show. You and I need to have a show like I don't know, like a parenting 101 show. No, not a parenting 101 because I'm not, maybe Gary Gregory could have a parenting 101 show, right? Rosalie could definitely have a parenting 101 show. But maybe like a newlywed show, which on that note, Amber, if you're listening, I just had a revelation. Even if we get one vehicle that can seat all four of our kids, we're going to need another vehicle that can seat all four of our kids because there's going to be other kids that are going to want to ride with their kids. So here we go, right? So hold on, rewind, rewind. Let's go. Weekend, wins of the weekend. I want to know some of your wins of the weekend. Drop those in the comments. Guys, we were not able to make it to church this Sunday. Amber woke up Sunday morning. We were actually set to serve, and she was this baby wants mommy time, and she wants mommy just to relax. Okay, that's what this baby wants right now, and you just really can't argue with the baby. You just really can't, mostly because you can't talk to the baby. Which, on that note, why do we as parents sometimes try to negotiate with 18-month babies? I have a question on that. Like, seriously. Like, I had a whole conversation with my 18-month, and I thought she didn't understand a word I was saying. And then Drill Sergeant Coburn, I'm liking this idea. DSC. The DSC parenting style. The Rosalie parenting style. Yep, that could work. I'm liking that. Oh, I just clicked on something, and I should not have clicked on that. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Okay. So I didn't think my 18-month understood what I was saying. And lo and behold, she absolutely did. You know, she actually, after I get done talking about her, she actually walked right over to the pantry and got exactly the cereal box I was talking about. And I'm sitting here just completely dumbstruck. I'm like, oh, my 18-month doesn't fully understand everything I'm saying. Oh, yes, they do. They absolutely do. It's amazing how even though little babies cannot communicate with you, how much they really do understand and can really, you know, I'm not so sure they can, well, obviously they can't articulate, but they understand. Now, this is why this is important, right? When you are having a fight with your spouse, when you are saying words that maybe you don't want your kids to pick up, they're listening. And here we go, right? Here we go. And Nolan, Angelina talking about the Gregors on what? Angelina, I'm slightly jealous. Did you know Gary can eat 3 helpings of salad at one time? Rosalie, I did not know that about Gary. I'm very interested to hear about more of this story about the Coburns and the Gregorys hanging out. That sounds like a fun story. Going back to parenting, and if you're Thomas, there you are, brother. Thomas over here on YouTube as well. Thomas has 2 streams open right now of me. I feel so special right now. He's me on Facebook. He's me on YouTube. Oh my goodness. It was amazing salad. You want to know what, Gary? So here we go. Ready? Is it the salad or is it the salad dressing? Like what is it really that makes the most impact? The salad or the salad dressing? That's a good, another question for you guys in the comments. So 1, if you're a parent, be aware of what you are saying around your kids. I don't care how young your kids are. Be aware of it, okay? Because they cannot articulate, but they are definitely listening and they're definitely processing and they're definitely figuring things out that you don't even understand that they're thinking that they are figuring out, okay? You have the audacity to make spaghetti sauce. Oh my goodness. Rosalie, that sounds like a story. Okay, so just real quick, if you're listening on the podcast, you're like, what is this guy talking about? He's all over the place. That's because I'm listening to the comments that are on our Facebook and on our YouTube. So come on over to Facebook and YouTube and join us in the comments. So today we're going to open with the baby stuff, right? Number 2, playgrounds. Love playgrounds. How many of you go playground hopping? Just question for you, right? Like how many of you with young kids actually go playground hopping? That's a new thing that we've been picking up and just taking our daughters to different playgrounds so they can have different experiences. And then it's interesting because how quickly my kids make friends. Like it's so funny because, as an adult, you're like, oh, should I go talk to a person? Should I not go talk to that person? Like even at networking events, right? Even if you're working the room, right? But kids, they're just like, hey, I want to go down the slide. You want to go down the slide? Let's go down the slide. Like, it's so easy. Like, I was watching this happen. And it was so entertaining to me as to how fast they were able to find such a little point of agreement, a little point of common. Like, you want to go down the slide? I want to go down the slide. Let's go down the slide. And then they just run off together. And that's it. It's immediate. It's like they're friends now. They're friends. And they just play. But it was finding that simple point of commonality that was just so quick. It was like, how often do we forget about that? A rock climbing wall in Frisco, the Grove Frisco. Taylor dropping some great parks. That is a great idea. I love that idea. How often do we as adults make it so difficult to find a point of commonality to strike up a conversation with someone? Like seriously, like think about this, okay? You go to a networking event, you go into a room, how hard is it to find some kind of commonality? And it's interesting to me because I've watched this happen. And I've even experienced this. Like, I'll walk into a room and like, who am I going to talk to? Who can I instantly, connect with so I can start working my way around the room? And I love working a room. If you know me, if you've been to a networking event with me, I love working the room. Okay. Thomas will know this when I was single and even now that I'm married, because I like working the room. I like going to networking events. My nickname is the Icebreaker. Okay. During my EMBA program, while we were in China, we had all these networking events that we had to go to with all these people who speak very little English. And I remember my entire cohort looking at me going, go, Nick, like, can you go please? And I'm like, why? Like, and one of the girls goes, Nick, you're the icebreaker. Like you walk in there, you know how to light the room up. And it's so interesting because it was like, I know I'm good at that. Right. But it's great when other people tell you that you're great at something. And Thomas knows this. Thomas knows, like, when I was single back in the day, that was my nickname, was the Icebreaker. I now do that today, and I love doing it. And I think it's one of the reasons why I'm such a good host when it comes to serving in the house. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this story is to get to my next point, okay? Sit down, take a pen out, take a laptop out, take whatever you want to take down notes, and I want you to write the word embrace. Embrace where you are. And the next word I want you to write down with that is being consistent. Now, why did I have you write down the word embrace? We're going to get there, okay? Where are you in life? All right. Are you average? And understand when I say this, I'm about to get to where we're going to measure this out. In your marriage, in your work life, however you're deciding to raise your children, okay? And maybe your health and maybe your spiritual life, okay? Like where are you in life? Are you average? Are you above average? Are you excellent? Okay? And only with those three things, and understand it within the four categories where your marriage life, your work life, your children, raising your children, your health, and your spiritual journey. Okay, are you average? Are you above average, or are you excellent? And I only want you to pick one of those three. Okay, and the reason why I bring this up is you get a lot of people who have never defined where they are in these categories. And they want to say, oh, I'm excellent. Oh, I'm excellent in my spiritual walk. Oh, I'm excellent in raising my kids. Oh, I'm excellent in my marriage life. And what they're doing is they're lying to themselves. And they're not embracing who they are. Okay? Like when it comes to my marriage, I would say I'm above average. Okay. When it comes to my spiritual walk, I'm definitely average, maybe even below average. Okay. When it comes to my work life, I love work. That's where my excellence goes. Like that's my default, right? Like that's where I excel. And the reason why I'm asking you to write down the word excellence, embrace, is because when you can sit there and you can look at where you are, okay, in my marriage, I'm average, I'm going to embrace that. And when you can start to embrace where you currently are on these 5 different levels, then you can start to level yourself up. Now, hear me on this. I'm going to say this one more time. When you embrace where you currently are, then you can start to level yourself up. However, when you're sitting here lying to yourself, oh, I'm excellent at all of this, and you never take ownership of it, you never embrace it, you never give yourself the opportunity to level yourself up. Gary, that's correct. Great words. You can't improve what you do not measure. And what I'm learning is the people that are in my life, a lot of us do this already, but a lot of people who are outside of my life, a lot of people that I was meeting in London school today, because I got to go to her awards ceremony, a lot of people that I meet in my neighborhood, they don't have that mindset. You sit here and you hear people brag about, I'm above average and I like to think about myself. There you go. Okay, Vic, yes, but still, there's something that you have that's excellent. Okay? Don't like, I'm above average and I like to think about that because there's always room for improvement. Yes, but what are you excellent at, right? So where I'm going with this is you can't be excellent at everything. And here's why. You only have so much decision-making power, right? You only have so much opportunity. You only have so much time. You only have so much energy. So when you start to list this out, where are you excellent and where can you grow? And when you can define this, now you have a starting point and you can start moving yourself forward. If you don't ever sit down and define this, then you never give yourself the opportunity to grow. And this leads into, of course, your fixed mindset versus growth mindset. This leads into, all the different things that you hear leaders talk about, but no one actually says, hey, I need you to list 5 things and where are you? And maybe it's because, people are busy, right? And that's why I asked you to do it right now. Because if you're sitting here listening to me right now, this is where you can take that 10, 15 minutes and go, hey, yep, I'm average here. I'm above average here. This is where I'm excellent at. Okay, now that I understand, okay, where do I need to go, right? Maybe for some people, hey, they're great being at an average marriage, okay? Maybe they're happy being in an average work environment. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm not saying you need to be excellent at everything, right? I'm not saying you need to go 120, 120%, 24/7. But if you have a starting point, then you can start to prioritize as well. I'm excellent in my work environment, but I'm not excellent as a spouse. Ooh, you want to know what? When I go back to my core values, family was actually ranked higher than work, so I need to flip-flop those a little bit. Right? Where do I need to start putting my energy to maybe pivot? I know I need to download the pivot, the pivot meme. Okay. Because when you sit here and you start ranking your excellence, above average, and average, right? You start to create this picture around yourself and you get to start identifying who you are. Okay. And what matters to you. And in doing so, you get to start setting your own direction. Balance. So good, right? Pivot. I love it. Reading the comments right now. That's so good. So good. Okay. To wrap this all up, understand where you currently are. Don't lie to yourself. Okay? By you understanding where you currently are, it allows you to start making progress. When you're lying to yourself, which is very easy to do, especially in today's world of social media and what is this person driving? What is this person wearing? Oh, whatever the people like to judge people on. Okay. It's very easy to get caught up in what we call keeping up with the Joneses, right? Or an Instagram lifestyle. It's very easy to do that, but you can't. Because when you're lying to your audience, you're lying to yourself. And when you're lying to yourself, you're not allowing your spirit to grow. And when you don't allow your spirit to grow, you start creating this false identity. And this false identity will eventually start to take over your real identity. And it keeps pushing you back and pushing you back and pushing you back into a dark, dark, dark area. But when you can say, I'm confident within myself, here's where I am, here's the direction I'm going, I'm going to start showing the world my real life, here's what I really am, here's where my struggles really are, here's what I'm really doing. This is where you start to really propel yourself forward. And this is also where you get to start having people do life with you. A lot of the people, if you go hop onto Facebook right now and you go get on YouTube right now, the people that are in the comments, not only some of them I do life with, and some of them I do digital life with, right? But one of the reasons why this show is so much fun is you get to see the real struggles. I get to tell you that I am disappointed in myself as a father because I raised my voice to my daughter. And some of you might be like, you raised your voice. Oh my goodness, that's nothing compared to what I had to go through, or that's nothing compared to my parenting habits. No, hear me on this, right? That is a weakness of mine. I have a very strong voice, okay? I can silence a room very quickly and understand, and my voice can travel, right? So the fact that I have this show, the fact that I have people like you, thank you audience, who listen to me, means that my voice now carries more weight when I speak. But that also means that my voice can be weaponized if I don't keep my tongue under control. And unfortunately, the majority of the time when my voice goes a little bit the wrong direction is when I'm at home. Correcting my own kids. Thomas, I will always be hard on myself. That's just never going to change. but understand what I'm talking about here, okay? One, I'm not saying that to have pity party. I'm not saying that to say, oh, Nick did something wrong. I'm saying that so you understand that when you can be real in life, when you can say, oh, I need to be a better parent. Right now, I'm probably an average to above average parent. I need to become an excellent parent, okay? Because I am raising the next generation. I am influencing the next generation. And here we go, right? I watched my daughter in her little class, in her little kindergarten class. I watched her lead in some things today, and I watched her shy away in some things today. Now, granted, she's 6, and I'm not expecting perfection out of her, but I was like, oh, those are some things we can work on. Those are some things maybe as a parent I need to be speaking more positive into. Those are things that I need to be using my voice, right? My voice to speak more life into my daughter. So I understand that now, and now that I'm identifying that, right now, okay, this is an average, above average, but if I want to get to excellent, I know that there are things I need to change. We can go into my health, right? I am not the most physically fit person. I am probably below average when it comes to my health, but I can get to average. Right? I don't need to be a bodybuilder. I don't need to be, an excellent in that, but I need to be average. And here's my why. I want to make sure that I'm here to speak into my kids, my grandkids, and my great-grandkids. I want to make sure that I'm here so one day I can get onto a stage or get onto more live streams and start speaking life into the next generation, start speaking life into these kids. So, and here we go. You ready for this? It's not just the kids who need it. It's the parents. When I talk about having more shows, Taylor, you need to have a show. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
Okay, just turn on your camera so I get you locked in. And then we go, Rosalie, you need to have a show. Gary Gregory, you have a show, right? Thomas, you need to have a show. No, you have a show. Like everyone that's in here in the comments, you guys need to have shows. And here's why. You need to be broadcasting yourself. People need to be hearing what you're talking about. You guys give me the honor of listening to me, but I need you to now become a megaphone. And that's honestly, that's a direction that we're going in. Don't just wait on that. More news to come on that. But there are people in my life that are going to be, I know are going to be on stage with me one day. I know they will. I know they absolutely will. And the best part about that is when the more people that are like the people that are in these comments that get on stage, that get their own shows, the more positive we can bring to this world. Are you ready? The faster we can create change. You know what's funny? I'm going to go into a little bit of side tangent real quick. In McKinney, are you ready? McKinney, Texas, right down the street. Taylor and everyone else who's local better be listening to this. The school board just got served paperwork. They just got served paperwork because of grooming. Serve paperwork because of grooming, okay? Ready? Oh, hold on. Let me pull you up. Go ahead and talk again.
They gave someone a haircut?
They did not give someone a haircut. Hey, everyone, welcome Lindsay to the show.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah,
I can't tell if you see me or not, but
yes, they can see you. They can see you. They're going to see you from now on, so just be used to it.
Okay.
Okay.
For sure.
So I'm going to go down this direction, right? Yes. Okay.
So they didn't give anybody a haircut?
Grooming. Grooming, you know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't, Lindsay Smith. Okay?
Devil's advocate here, Nick. Devil's advocate. I gotta let you elaborate.
No. Here we go, right? Like, that's why parents like y'all, people that are listening and watching, this is why you need to start, this is why you need to be on stage. This is why you need to have your own shows. This is why you need to be going Facebook Live. This is why you need to be broadcasting. Because the people who are in these comments are strong people. Okay, and the way that you stop this confusion, the way that you stop this cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay, is by your voice being heard and your voice being amplified. And social media makes it very, very easy to be amplified. Mm-hmm. And if more people if more people are willing to get on camera and to go to schools and start teaching and speaking positively into these kids' lives, a lot of this I don't know whatever will start to disappear to the wayside. Because these kids need to be spoken into, okay? And as much as I love Pastor Keith and Elevate Life Church does not have an auditorium large enough to hold as many kids that need to be spoken into. However, Taylor, you want to know what, Taylor? You're actually better at TikTok than I am. Taylor can have a massive voice on TikTok connecting with these kids. Could have a massive voice on TikTok connecting with these parents. And now that I'm saying that, Taylor, I cannot put that on you. That's not extreme ownership. I need to be on TikTok.
Yeah, how dare you?
I know. like Angelina, we need to figure out how Nick can go live on TikTok. Like that has to happen now. Just we have to figure this out. Taylor, I might need to come to you to take TikTok classes. But
it's T cubed.
T cubed.
TikTok by Taylor.
I love it. That was good. All right. So real quick, I'm going to recap you, Lindsay. We were talking about weekend recap. Mm-hmm. Talk about relaxing it's super easy. There we go. Taylor, I need you. I need you to come teach us. You want to know what? We need to have a Taylor afternoon. She's going to come teach us TikTok.
Yep.
Because why not? And then, okay, so we did a weekend recap.
Okay.
Then we talked about embracing where you are.
Okay.
And then how that can lead to being consistent.
Oh.
Okay.
I feel like I missed a really great conversation.
It really wasn't
How was it with yourself? Have a conversation with yourself.
It was not a conversation with myself because have you looked at these comments? Oh. I have amazing people in these comments.
Yes, you do.
And they know that they're amazing.
We have an amazing audience.
We do.
And if you're listening to it on our podcast channels, go ahead and go over to YouTube and Facebook and join our amazing audience comments.
Right. So we were talking about how, your marriage life, your work life, your children, raising kids, your health, and your spiritual life, how you can have average, above average, and excellent. And after you've been able to identify where you are on that, then you can start moving your way forward because you have a foundation to start from.
Okay.
Now, here we go. You ready? Are you ready for this? I'm about to go all the way back to that conversation. The worst thing you can do is be inconsistent with those 5 pillars. Okay? You can't go from average to excellent back to average. That will give, in your marriage, just taking marriage as an example, if you go from average to excellent and back to average, right?
Yeah.
You just gave your spouse like whiplash. Okay? If you're at work and you go from average to excellent, producing excellent work, and then back to average, you just gave your boss whiplash or your client's whiplash, right? So wherever you are after you define that, you need to be consistent with it and then slowly start incrementing it up, not just go back and forth so quickly that you give the people in your life whiplash. I do this to Lindsay all the time.
I wasn't going to call you out, Nick. No.
Taylor Tuesday. Taylor, are you saying that you want to be a guest on the show every Tuesday? Is that what you're hinting at? Taylor, be careful. I might actually be really happy with this idea. You know, because I mean, Taylor has such, yes. Nick's throwing bombs today. Oh, Vic, that was good. That was good. Well, Lindsay.
Yes.
Go ahead. Tell us about your weekend real quick. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit, which is very hard for me to do.
We had a crazy busy weekend, except for yesterday. I might have taken a 3.5-hour nap. Like our entire family might have taken a 3.5-hour nap.
that was recovery day.
It was glorious. Yeah. So like, Saturday was crazy. We had our last soccer game of the season. And Thursday of this week, my husband's like, hey, we should have, because he's coaching right now. He's coaching that team. He's like, we should have an end of the season party at our house on Saturday. It's like, that happened on Thursday. I'm like, yeah, we should. Absolutely. Okay. I have plans Saturday, so you and the kids get to clean the house. It was great. Yeah. So it was crazy busy, but it was a good day.
Yes. Good.
Yeah. And then we got home after church on Sunday, and I have been making granola all weekend. And so it smelled amazing in my house, like cinnamon and maple syrup heaviness.
Oh, cinnamon and maple syrup.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then I was like, all right, it's rest time. We're all resting. We're all laying down. The kids are like, oh, I want to read books. I want to do this while we're resting. I'm like, nope, we're done with the books. Like I let them do it for like 20 minutes. And then I'm like, all right, we're done with books. And
took away their books?
I did. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Nick. It's just like me, I know my weakness. Are video games on my phone, right? So like if I start doing that when I lay down, I will wake up and my phone will still be on my video game in the morning. Like I will fall asleep playing my video game, right?
Okay.
Totally not good for your brain because it's whatever. So that's like reading books to my kids. For my kids, when they're laying down, when it's time to rest, you can distract yourself with anything that you want. If you like, there's always something to keep your brain going.
So your kids have never fallen asleep reading a book?
I'm sure they have, but it's better for your brain to fall asleep without having stimulation in front of it.
Wait a second. Are you trying to tell me that phone stimulation is not the only thing you should be not giving your kids before they go to sleep?
I mean, that and sugar. TV, all those things.
No, because I mean, seriously, like you hear about this. You hear about, oh, you shouldn't have the phone on. You shouldn't have the TV on. Oh, read before you go to bed. And what you're saying is, to a point, that's right. But honestly, you probably should just turn off everything.
You
probably
should
put the book down.
Yeah.
You should probably just let your brain.
Because I have fallen asleep before with a book on my face. Like I read before I went to bed and I was so tired, but I'm like, I got to read before I go to bed that I just fell asleep like that. And I woke up with an awful kink in my neck. It was
and
not
that's
fun.
and what you're telling me is that is just as unhealthy
Yes.
as looking at your phone before you
Just
go to bed.
go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
You hear that, audience? Go to sleep. Goodness.
So yeah, once I took the stimulation away, we all took a 3-hour nap. It was great.
So was it for them or was it for you?
It was for all of us.
It's for everyone.
Well, I mean, my daughter might have had a hard time going to bed last night, but that's okay.
Oh, it's Angelina looking at the tick of the talk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we're going to get this day started. TGIM, it is Monday. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Lindsay, you have to go back and rewatch it. I tried to do the opening as well as you did. I did not. I think we're going to have to switch positions. And now I'm yawning. Nolando.
That's cool.
Man.
That's cool, Nolan.
I think we're going to need to switch positions. I want to work on the opener, and I want you to learn. You need to learn this technology.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yep. I'm going to have the nice
Tomorrow?
rise up behind me, and you get the big American flag.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going to see how this rolls.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow's going to be hot. Really funny.
Tomorrow might be a hot mess, y'all. So if we're not on right at 9 o'clock, just be patient.
Oh, nap time is the best time.
Yep.
Yes, it is. All right. We love you guys. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Thank you guys for being in the comments. If you were listening to this on the podcast, come join us on Facebook and YouTube. We'd love to have you guys come join us over there. Those of you that are already in the comments, we love y'all. Y'all know we love you. Don't even act like you don't. We don't love you. You know what you know that we know that you know that we love you. Right? Let's just roll with that. Why is your phone ringing?
Sure. It's my computer phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you guys just have a great Monday. Hey, big three, are you we'll get that post up. I need to write down my big three like right now before I forget because it's already in my head.
Yep.
This is going to be a good week. We love you guys. Have a great day. Make sure that you
Raz up.
and crush it. Bye y'all.